Hi there. You had asked a while ago if there was one thing that you could do that would help you age gracefully and healthfully. I thought that was a really insightful question, and so I went ahead and did some research on it. What I discovered is that yes, there is one thing that you can add that will have many benefits to your health. But before we start talking about that, I just need to remind you that I am not certified nor licensed to give you specific nutritional advice. That being said, I would love to share with you some of the research that I found that supports changing your diet just a little bit so that you can age more healthfully and gracefully. So the one item that I found that really has multiple benefits, but it's also overlooked often, is fiber. And yes, I know I sound like your grandmother, but it's true. Fiber really does make a difference. In 2006, Eaton looked at our ancestors, our hunter-gatherer ancestors, and he estimated that these people ate up to 100 grams of fiber per day, mostly in the form of fruits and vegetables. Okay. I'm not asking that you eat 100 grams of fiber a day. Okay. Our diets since then have changed an awful lot. However, our need for fiber hasn't changed. Our bodies still need fiber. And here's some of the benefits to adding fiber into your diet. In 2020, Hollings et al. Published a multi-year study with almost 500,000 participants. They worked with the group AARP. And as they compiled the data, what they found is that those people that had diets higher in fiber had lower risk of colorectal cancer. An interesting point. Those people that included grains, such as bread, had the lowest incidence of colorectal cancer. So in this case, with colorectal cancer, foods that contain fiber, like from grains, so that would be insoluble fiber, do very well. Okay. Next, in addition to colorectal cancer, and having that be a benefit, McIntosh et al. In 2001 did a study which looked at, can fiber help people with type 2 diabetes? This is a big problem. Type 2 diabetes, as we age, becomes more prevalent. What McIntosh et al. Discovered is that for those people that had type 2 diabetes and added 50 grams of fiber per day to their diets, were able, without any form of medication, just by adding fiber to their diets, were able to lower and have better glycemic control and also improve their blood lipid levels. That's a pretty powerful result. So now we've got benefits to lower risk of colorectal cancer, benefits if you're dealing with prediabetes or some form of high blood sugar. What about weight, right? Everybody's worried about that weight. There were two different researchers that looked at whether adding fiber to your diet can help someone lose weight and then also maintain. One group, Zhang et al., did a study in 2018. They focused on men. Another group of researchers, Moringa et al., they did their study in 2010. They focused on women. What both groups found independently is that by creating a higher protein, high fiber diet, everyone was able to lose weight. And then one of the items that makes both of these studies so intriguing is that in both studies, all of the participants were allowed to eat until they were full. There was no calorie restriction and there was no calorie counting. The focus was on higher protein and high fiber diet. Finally, in 2016, there was another group of researchers, Barasa et al., and they looked at whether or not if adding fiber to your diet could actually help improve brain health. And it's a little bit of a crazy question. How can what you eat help your brain? What they discovered is that there is a short-chain fatty acid called butyrate that gets released in your colon when you eat insoluble fiber. This butyrate is able to lower the inflammation in the brain and also calm the brain's immune system. Their results were so significant that in their conclusion, they recommended that there be further testing to find out if this type of diet, this type of high fiber that's based on insoluble fiber diet, would be used therapeutically to help doctors who treat patients with brain disorders. These are 4 very different studies that all suggest that adding fiber to your diet is a benefit. So now I'm sure you're sitting here going, okay, well, this all sounds great, but how much fiber do I really need to eat on a daily basis? The first thing to know is that most Americans do not get enough fiber in their diet. We average a whopping 15 grams of fiber a day. Please remember that our ancestors ate up to 100 grams a day. We're at about 15. The University of California in San Francisco recommends that the minimum amount to create benefit for your body is to eat 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. And that's a mix of soluble fiber, which is fiber that absorbs water as it moves through your digestive tract, and insoluble fiber, which is fiber that doesn't change as it moves through your digestive tract. So as long as you eat a combination of those 2, you're good to go. And it's really easy. Foods that are high in soluble fiber are fruit, vegetables, legumes, oats, and oat bran. As a selection, there are more, but that's just to name a few. Foods that are high in insoluble fiber are fruits and vegetables, noticing a theme, and then also bread, crackers. And this is multi-grain bread, not Wonder Bread, but whole multi-grain bread, whole multi-grain crackers, buckwheat, brown rice, and quinoa. Right? Again, just a selection. Are there more foods than that? Absolutely. But those are the 2 groups. You have insoluble and you have soluble. Both are equally important. Now, I wanted to make sure that I showed you what eating 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day looks like, because it seems like an awful lot. But in actuality, it's really easy. When you see how easy it is, you'll be like, I need to go talk to my doctor. So for example, what I'm going to show you are just items that I randomly had in my pantry and in my refrigerator. Okay. If you eat 1 cup of whole oats in the morning, so this is 1 cup cooked, not 1 cup raw, 1 cup cooked oats, 4 grams of fiber right here. Okay. If you eat 1 medium apple, so they go an estimate of about 3 inches, you get 4.4 grams of fiber in just this one little apple. If you eat 1 carrot, that's about this size. Again, Average size carrot, maybe a little bit longer, but not super fat. Okay, so this ends up about 120 grams. This carrot has 4 grams of fiber. And finally, well, not finally, because we've got a couple more things. Those of you that like avocados, you will be so happy. Half of an avocado this size, and so that you can see, these are the little avocados. These are not the big, beautiful avocados. These are just the little dinky guys that you can get at Walmart for 25 cents each. Okay. Half of one of these has over 4 grams of fiber in it, y'all. This is great. One little dude. Okay. And now here's for the piece de resistance. Oh, and I was wrong. This is 3.4 grams per pound, not 4.4. So 3.4. If you eat 1 cup of cooked pinto beans, 1 cup, that's it, you get 15.4 grams of fiber. That's huge, just 1 little cup of beans, that's it. Now, if you add all of this together, 1 cup cooked oats, 1 cup cooked beans, 1 apple, half an avocado, excuse me, 1 carrot, you are at 31.2 grams of fiber. You're there. And we haven't even gotten to bread yet. Those of you that like bread, if it's a whole grain bread, average per slice is anywhere from 2 to 4 grams of fiber. Those of you that are a little bit more focused on making sure that you get enough protein and fewer carbs, I got you covered. These wraps, okay, have 8 grams of fiber in them, and they also have 7 grams of protein. So those of you that are trying to watch your carbs, between the 8 grams of fiber, the whole thing only has 13 grams of carbohydrates. So if you subtract that, you're looking at 5 grams of carbohydrates, so next to nothing. But you get 8 grams of fiber. So if you added just this one little thing to everything else, you get almost 40 grams of fiber per day. This is easy. You can do this. So, like I said, I'm not licensed. I'm not certified to give you specific nutritional advice. However, if you liked what I had to say, I would be happy to send you the studies that I cited. I would recommend that you also speak to your physician and find out how he feels about adding fiber to your diet. And then if you like what the studies say, you like what your doctor said, then great. Add some fiber to your diet so that you can age gracefully and healthfully. What a great question. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Namaste.